All right, so get this.
Yeah.
You sent us a book all about Illuminati bloodlines.
Oh, wow.
Families accused of pulling the strings from the shadows, shaping global events just, for their own gain. So we're going to dive deep into these wild theories and see what we can uncover.
It's fascinating because these ideas, while definitely controversial, have a real staying power.
Yeah.
They tap into that deep-seated human desire to try to understand those forces that shape our world, even if those forces are hidden or conspiratorial.
Yeah, and this book doesn't hold back. It names names after Bundy, Collins, DuPont, Freeman, Kennedy.
Wow.
A whole roster of the rich and powerful.
Right.
But it goes beyond just their wealth and fame. It claims they're part of this secret network, the Illuminati, with this hidden agenda that most of us are totally unaware of.
And that's what makes this so intriguing, right? It plays on this whole idea that there's like a hidden reality operating just beneath the surface, this reality where these powerful families are making decisions that affect all of our lives.
Okay, so the book starts by setting the stage, claiming that throughout history, powerful families figured out ways to control the masses, whether it's through, torture, magic, war, politics, you name it.
Yeah.
And the really clever ones, they found ways to keep those practices going in secret, hidden from the public eye.
Right.
Like a blueprint.
It's almost like a blueprint for control.
Yeah.
Passed down, generation to generation, ensuring that these families maintain their power and their influence over time.
Yeah.
It's a pretty chilling thought, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, one of the first families the book dives into is the Astors.
Okay.
Most people know them for their lavish lifestyle and real estate holdings.
Right.
But this book paints a much darker picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, the book claims that John Jacob Astor, the family patriarch, didn't just get rich through, business smarts.
Right.
It suggests he had some kind of occult influence helping him along the way.
Interesting.
Especially in dominating the fur trade.
Oh, wow.
And they bring up Astoria, Oregon, the city that Astor founded.
Okay.
The book claims that it's a hotbed.
Astoria is?
Yeah, for satanic covens. What do you make of that?
It's hard to say without, further evidence, but it does raise the question of how these families might use their wealth and their influence to, support or even participate in activities that most people would consider, well, let's just say unconventional.
And get this. The book claims that the Astors ultimately helped the British elite maintain control over America.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They eventually moved back to England and even received titles of nobility. It's almost like they were playing both sides.
Yeah. Think about that in the context of, power dynamics.
Right.
It suggests that these families might operate beyond national borders, using their influence to, maintain a system that benefits them, regardless of which country they call home.
They also bring up William Backhouse Astor, another member of the family, claims that he was a terrible landlord, mistreating his tenants, and even getting involved with the, corrupt Tammany Hall political machine in New York City.
So it fits into this narrative the book is building, this narrative where these families aren't just wealthy, they're actively using their power to exploit others and further their own agendas.
Now, the next family on the list is the Bundys. Not as famous as the Astors, but the book claims that they held key positions that controlled the flow of information to U.S. presidents. Specifically, during the Kennedy and Johnson administrations.
They focused on George Bundy, who served as national security advisor, and his brother William, who held a high-ranking position in the State Department. These were positions with, incredible access to sensitive information and the ability to really shape policy decisions.
And here's where it gets even more interesting.
Yeah.
The book brings up Skull and Bones, that super secretive Yale society, known for its powerful and influential members. Both Bundy brothers were members.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The book presents Skull and Bones as a crucial stepping stone for the Illuminati's rise to power. A place where future leaders are groomed and indoctrinated into this secret network.
And they even suggest that the Bundys' rapid rise through the ranks was due to favoritism within the secret society.
Yeah.
Like they were being fast-tracked for positions of power.
So it's a classic conspiracy theory trope.
Right.
The idea that there's this hidden hand guiding events, selecting individuals for specific roles in order to advance their agenda.
Now, hold on to your hats, because the book claims that the Collins family is deeply involved in witchcraft.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
They point to Yvonne Collins, who was on the Grand Druid Council, and her belief that magical power is passed down through bloodlines.
It taps into this ancient fear of witchcraft and the occult, suggesting that these families are not just powerful, in a worldly sense, but also wields supernatural powers.
The book even suggests that the Salem witch trials were orchestrated by the Collins family to eliminate Christians.
Really?
Talk about a historical rewrite.
It's a bold claim, to say the least, but it highlights the book's willingness to, to challenge those conventional historical narratives and present alternative explanations, explanations that fit within this overarching conspiracy theory framework.
The book also mentions Cop Collins, who was deeply involved in Republican presidential elections, and DeWitt Clinton Collins, who studied in Vienna, a city often associated with, esoteric knowledge. They present both of these as suspicious within this Illuminati framework.
So it's like, look, all of these seemingly normal activities are actually signs of something more sinister. Something connected to this hidden network of power.
And to add another layer. They quote Isaac Bonewitz, who was also on the Grand Druid Council. He talked about famtrads, or traditional families, using groups like the Freemasons and Rosicrucians as covers for practicing the occult. It's like they're saying that these seemingly respectable organizations are fronts for something much darker.
It plays on this idea of hidden knowledge and secret practices, suggesting that what we see on the surface is just a facade, and the real truth is being concealed from us.
All right. Are you ready for some explosive allegations? Enter the DuPont family. Everyone knows them for gunpowder and their massive wealth. But this book claims that they have a connection to the Illuminati that goes all the way back to the French Revolution. The book focuses on Eleuthère Irénée DuPont, who established the family's gunpowder empire in America. And they claim that he was influenced by his father, who was allegedly involved with the Illuminati during the French Revolution. It's like they're suggesting that this family has been part of this secret network for centuries. They even share a story about Alfred the Thirst DuPont trying to bribe French officers for secrets about smokeless gunpowder. The book uses this to suggest that the family was willing to use any means necessary to get what they wanted, even if it meant, resorting to underhanded tactics.
It feeds into this image of the DuPonts as ruthless and power hungry, willing to break the rules and exploit others to advance their own interests.
And another interesting detail they bring up is the practice of arranged marriages within the DuPont family.
Interesting.
Often between cousins.
Oh, wow.
The book suggests that they did this to keep control of their wealth and power within the bloodline.
It's like they were, obsessed with maintaining their dynasty and ensuring that their influence would continue for generations to come.
And here's where it gets a bit paradoxical. The book claims that the DuPonts, despite being considered capitalists, actually favored monopolies. They even compare their business practices to communism.
It challenges the traditional understanding of these families as simply being driven by, capitalist greed. It suggests that their true goal is control, whether it's control over, markets, resources, or even entire industries.
The book really emphasizes just how vast the DuPont empire is. You know, their control over so many chemical-based products and how much they've influenced everyday life without most of us even realizing it.
It's a sobering thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
The idea that even the products we use every day could be connected to these complex power structures and potentially hidden agendas.
Now let's move on to the Freeman family. The book describes them as major players in the Illuminati hierarchy.
Okay.
Claiming that they work closely with the Collins and Wheeler families.
Interesting.
To put their, sinister plans into action.
Like with the Bundys, the book focuses on their alleged involvement in secret societies. They claim the Freemans are connected to the Prieur de Sion, the OTO, Skull and Bones, and the ADL.
Yeah.
All groups that are often at the center of conspiracy theories. It's like they're trying to create this web of connections linking these families to these, mysterious and often shadowy organizations.
The book goes on to say that the Freemans are connected to satanic covens and have even written occult books.
Oh, wow.
And get this.
They claim the Freemans have acted as advisors to U.S. presidents and other world leaders.
It paints a picture of the Freemans as operating behind the scenes, whispering in the ears of the powerful, shaping policies and events to fit their own agenda.
And of course, we can't talk about powerful families and conspiracy theories without mentioning the Kennedys. The book digs into their alleged origins, claiming that they're descended from Brian Bourne or Brian Kennedy, an ancient Irish king.
Okay.
They're basically trying to portray them as royalty with a long and hidden history.
It plays into this whole idea of bloodlines and inherited power, suggesting that these families aren't just powerful because of their their wealth or their connections, but because of their very ancestry. Then they throw in the classic mob connection, claiming that Joe Kennedy used his ties to organize crime.
Oh, wow.
To get JFK elected president.
It adds an element of scandal and intrigue to the Kennedy story, suggesting that their rise to power was built on this foundation of corruption and illicit dealings.
And they don't shy away from JFK's personal life.
No.
The book alleges he had tons of affairs.
Okay.
And that his family struggled with drug addiction. It's like they're deliberately contrasting their polished public image with a darker, more scandalous reality.
It plays on this idea of hidden truths and the discrepancy between what we see in public and what's really going on behind closed doors.
And of course, they had to address the JFK assassination.
Yeah.
The book claims that the CIA killed JFK.
Really?
Because he was trying to control the agency.
Oh.
They even bring up the Bay of Pigs invasion and how it made JFK distrust the intelligence community.
It feeds into this classic conspiracy theory narrative of a deep state operating beyond the reach of elected officials, a shadow government willing to eliminate anyone who threatens their power.
The book even suggests that powerful figures like Senator Estes Kefauver and Philip Graham were eliminated to weaken JFK before he was assassinated.
It's like they're creating this intricate web of intrigue where every death, every scandal, every setback is somehow connected to this grand conspiracy orchestrated by the Illuminati.
Now let's travel across the globe to China.
Okay.
The book claims the Li family, a powerful force in both Hong Kong and mainland China, is part of the Illuminati.
They raise suspicions about both branches of the family, suggesting they may be working together to advance the Illuminati's agenda.
They specifically point to Li Ka-shing and the Hong Kong branch of the family as definite members of the Illuminati, and they even used Li Peng's visit with the Rockefellers
after
the Tiananmen Square massacre as evidence of their connection.
It's an interesting observation.
Yeah.
Why would a communist leader meet with, prominent capitalists like the Rockefellers, especially after such a controversial event?
Yeah.
It definitely raises some questions about their true allegiances and motivations.
All right, get ready for a trip to Scotland and a deep dive into mind control.
Okay.
The book claims that the MacDonald family...
The MacDonalds.
Yeah, with roots going back to the Picts and Gaelic people, has a long history with Druidism and is connected to the Illuminati.
They link the MacDonalds to what they call the heir dictatorship of the New World Order, claiming that many family members have become air marshals in the British RAF.
Oh, no.
It's like they're suggesting that that control of the skies is a key part of this alleged New World Order.
They even tell the story of Linda MacDonald. Who they claim was a victim of monarch mind control programming by Dr. Ewan Cameron at the Allen Memorial Hospital.
Monarch mind control is a popular conspiracy theory that claims that individuals can be, mentally programmed through trauma and manipulation to carry out specific tasks, often without even being aware of it.
And to make it even creepier, the book emphasizes that the CIA funded Cameron's research into brainwashing and psychological deprogramming.
It raises some disturbing questions about the potential for government agencies to engage in unethical experimentation, especially in the realms of psychology and mind control.
All right, deep divers. Let's sail on with a shipping magnate who the book claims was a leader of the Illuminati, Aristotle Onassis.
The book portrays Onassis as a key figure in the Illuminati, alleging that he was deeply involved in their schemes to consolidate power and control.
They even claim that Onassis secretly imported opium into Argentina.
Wow.
Suggesting that he was involved in the drug trade from early on.
Interesting.
And for those who love a good, a good bit of historical gossip, they throw in details about his close friendship with Winston Churchill.
It's like they're trying to build a case for Onassis as a shadowy figure operating in the underworld of power and influence.
And they drop this bombshell. They claim that Churchill believed that Stalin was the only trustworthy figure during World War II.
That's a stark contrast to the common portrayal of Churchill as a staunch anti-communist. It suggests that there may be more to the story than we know, perhaps. Secret alliances and hidden motivations that have yet to be fully revealed.
The book then details Onassis's alleged involvement in a 1932 deal with Joseph Kennedy, Meyer Lansky, and Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Oh, wow.
Suggesting a conspiracy between these powerful individuals to advance their own interests.
It's like they're creating this network of interconnected figures all working together
to manipulate events and achieve their goals, often at the expense of others.
All right, get ready for a deep dive into the family that's practically synonymous with conspiracy theories. The Rockefellers.
Oh, boy.
The book paints a dark picture of William Avery Rockefeller, the first prominent Rockefeller, claiming he was a morally corrupt individual involved in shady dealings, and even occult practices. They mention his alleged bigamous relationships, mistresses, and accusations of rape.
It's a far cry from the image of the Rockefellers as philanthropists and benefactors of society.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The book is trying to deconstruct that image, suggesting that their philanthropy is a way to mask their true intentions and manipulate public opinion.
Interesting.
And speaking of manipulation,
the book claims that the Rockefellers have used their massive wealth to control media education and healthcare.
It's a classic conspiracy theory claim, the idea that these these powerful families are pulling the strings behind the scenes, shaping public discourse and controlling access to information.
They even accuse them of promoting anti-Christian agendas.
Really?
Through their support of figures like Maurice Strong and an environmentalist and New Age proponent and Reverend Moon, the founder of the Unification Church.
It's like they're saying that the Rockefellers are trying to undermine those traditional values and institutions in order to create this new world order based on their own beliefs and ideology.
Okay, time to tackle the most infamous name in conspiracy theory lore, the Rothschilds. The book portrays them as a banking dynasty that has used its control over financial systems to manipulate governments and profit from wars.
The book traces their rise to power back to Mayer Amschel Rothschild, highlighting his alleged connections to the Prince of Hesse-Nassau and how he strategically used, titles and honors to gain influence.
They claim the Rothschilds have funded wars on both sides.
Oh, wow.
Profiting from the conflict no matter who wins. It's a classic accusation suggesting that they're driven purely by greed and have no allegiance to any particular, nation or ideology.
It feeds into this image of the Rothschilds as a global force operating above the fray of national politics and manipulating events to their own advantage.
And of course, they had to throw in some occult connections. They claim the Rothschilds have been deeply involved in witchcraft and the Illuminati, using the Seal of Solomon as a family symbol.
It reinforces this idea of the Rothschilds as a sinister force, wielding both, financial and supernatural power.
All right, deep divers, we've covered a lot of ground here.
Good.
We've met the Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the DuPonts, the Freemans, the Kennedys, the Liz, the McDonalds, the Onassis, the Rockefellers, and the Rothschilds.
Right.
It's a whirlwind tour of alleged Illuminati families. But guess what? There's more to come.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
We still have a few more families to meet and some fascinating common threads to untangle. We'll dive into all of that in part 2 of our deep dive. Stay tuned.
Can't wait.
All right.
Welcome back to our deep dives into the alleged Illuminati bloodlines.
Right.
It's interesting how the book really digs into
the Rothschilds' role in the 19th and 20th centuries.
It's like they're saying that their influence only grew stronger over time.
Right. They claim that the Rothschilds continued to, to build their wealth and their power through their banking empire, allegedly manipulating financial systems and even shaping the outcomes of major wars.
Right.
The book emphasizes their global reach, claiming that they established branches in major cities across Europe and the Americas.
Yeah.
They became a truly international financial force.
The book even connects them to the founding of the Federal Reserve.
Oh, wow.
Which, as you might know, is a central bank that controls the U.S. money supply.
Right.
And the book doesn't shy away from, accusations of shady dealings.
No.
They claim that the Rothschilds profited from wars.
Right.
By financing both sides of the conflict, painting a picture of a family that puts profit above all else.
It's a pretty cynical view of their motivations, suggesting that they don't care about national allegiances or political ideologies.
Right.
Only about increasing their own, wealth and power.
The book also mentions their influence on the art world.
Oh, really?
Saying that they use their wealth to control the art market and shape public taste.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
It suggests that their ambitions extend beyond finance and politics.
Right.
They want to control how people think and what they value.
Now let's move on to a family that you might not be as familiar with, the Russells.
Okay.
They might not be as famous as the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds.
Right.
But the book claims they're just as influential.
Really?
And this is where things take a bit of a religious turn.
Okay.
The book focuses on Charles Taze Russell, the founder of the Jehovah's Witnesses, and it makes a pretty shocking claim. It says that the Watchtower Society, the governing body of the Jehovah's Witnesses, is secretly working for the New World Order.
Hold on, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they're known for going door to door and talking about the Bible.
Right.
How could they be involved in something like the New World Order?
That's the point the book is trying to make.
Yeah, okay.
They're saying that this seemingly harmless religious organization is actually a tool.
Oh, wow.
For a much larger and more sinister agenda.
So what evidence do they present to support this claim?
Well, they highlight a connection between the Russells and the Ackley family.
Okay.
Suggesting a link to the Illuminati through marriage. They also point out that Maria Ackley, Charles Taze Russell's wife, believed in a coming socialist revolution.
So they're implying that the Jehovah's Witnesses are part of a socialist conspiracy.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big leap.
Right.
But it fits into the book's overarching narrative. They're trying to portray these families as having hidden motives and secret allegiances.
All right, on to our last family, the Van Dynes. The book describes them as low profile but very powerful.
Okay.
Suggesting that their lack of visibility actually adds to their influence.
They connect the Van Dynes to the Disney family and the Bohemian Grove,
right? Which,
as you might know, is a secretive retreat for the elite.
Right.
It's known for its bizarre rituals and alleged connections to the occult.
They even share a story about a minister.
Okay.
Who owns 2 Van Dyne stores.
Okay.
And he has close ties to powerful Chinese military generals.
Again, they're trying to create this web of connections. Yeah.
Linking seemingly disparate individuals and organizations to this grand conspiracy.
So we've met all 12 families. The Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the DuPonts, the Freemans, the Kennedys, the Liz, the McDonalds, the Onassis, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and the Van Dynes.
Right.
The book paints a pretty convincing picture of these families working together to establish a new world order.
And remember, the New World Order is this idea of a one world government,
right?
A single, all-powerful entity,
right?
That controls everything.
Yeah,
it's a common theme in conspiracy theories.
But the book doesn't just list these families and their alleged connections. Yeah. It also highlights some common threads that run through their stories.
Right, and one of the most prominent themes is the control of information.
The book claims that the Illuminati are constantly working
to shape public perception.
Yeah.
They control the media, education,
right?
Even historical narratives.
Oh, wow.
They want to keep us in the dark.
Yeah.
And manipulate our understanding of the world.
They give specific examples, like how information surrounding the Kennedy assassination was allegedly manipulated.
Yeah.
And how the Bundy's influence in government has been downplayed.
It's like they're saying, don't believe what you see or hear. The truth is being hidden from you.
Right. Exactly.
Another recurring theme is the role of secret societies.
Okay.
The book claims that groups like Skull and Bones, the Freemasons, and the Prière de Sion are all tools of the Illuminati.
They suggest that these organizations are fronts for the Illuminati's agenda.
Right.
A place where they recruit new members and plan their strategies in secret.
And they even imply that some of these organizations are involved in occult practices,
which adds another layer of mystery and intrigue to the story.
And we can't talk about Illuminati bloodlines without talking about the occult.
Right.
The book frequently links these families to witchcraft, Satanism, and other occult practices.
they claim that these families use rituals and dark magic to gain and maintain power. It's like they're saying that their influence goes beyond the material world. There's they're tapping into supernatural forces.
They give specific examples, like the Astors' alleged connections to satanic covens, the Collins family's alleged involvement in witchcraft, and the Rothschilds' alleged use of the Seal of Solomon as a family symbol.
It's like they're trying to portray these families as not just wealthy and powerful, but also as morally corrupt and dangerous.
So we've explored the book's claims about these 12 families and their alleged role in the Illuminati's pursuit of a new world order.
It's been a wild ride so far.
It has.
But we're not done yet.
We're not.
We still need to unpack the implications of these ideas and what they mean for our understanding of the world.
And that's exactly what we'll do in part 3 of our deep dive. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Illuminati bloodlines.
Okay.
We've explored some pretty wild theories about powerful families secretly controlling the world. It's like we stepped into, a real-life episode of The X-Files.
Yeah, we've uncovered a lot of information, or at least allegations about these families, their supposed connections to secret societies, their alleged manipulation of information, even their rumored involvement in the occult.
But as we wrap up our exploration, I think the big question is this: what if some of this is actually true?
Right.
What does that mean for us?
That's the real, mind bender, isn't it? If even a fraction of what this book claims is accurate, it completely changes, our understanding of how the world works.
It makes you wonder if anything is what it seems.
Right.
If the events that we see unfolding, on the news, in politics, even in our daily lives, are all part of some, grand plan orchestrated by these shadowy figures.
It challenges the very foundation of our of our beliefs about democracy, freedom, and the idea that we have control over our own destinies.
I mean, if these families are really pulling the strings from behind the scenes, it makes you feel pretty powerless, doesn't it?
It does.
Like we're all just pawns in their game.
It's a sobering thought for sure, but even if we don't fully buy into the book's claims, it's valuable to consider the possibility that there are forces at play that we don't fully understand, forces that may be shaping our world in ways we're not even aware of.
It reminds me of that quote by John F. Kennedy. The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
Powerful.
It's like he was, warning us about the dangers of hidden power. And those who operate in shadows.
And that's where critical thinking becomes so crucial. We can't just blindly accept everything we read or hear, especially when it comes to conspiracy theories.
We need to question the information we're given, look for evidence, and consider different perspectives.
Exactly. It's about engaging in healthy skepticism without falling into that trap of paranoia or dismissing everything as a conspiracy.
It's a delicate balance for sure.
It is, yeah.
So as we conclude this deep dive into Illuminati bloodlines, we leave you with this.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to question the official narratives. Explore alternative viewpoints.
Yeah.
And always, think critically about about the information you're consuming.
Couldn't agree more.
Remember, knowledge is power.
Yes.
And the more we understand about the forces that shape our world, the better equipped we'll be to navigate them.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us on this wild ride.
It's been fun.
And we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.